You guys know how Bennett is on Dehya's banner? That reminds me that I can see 6 my Bennett. I may activate it when I get Dehya down the line so that she can do 10 more damage. Not 10% more damage, 10 more damage. Oh god. Hey guys, we're gonna talk about Dehya today. Again. So if you enjoy the video, remember to sub and like. It would really mean a lot if we could reach 3k subs or maybe even 10k for something special. Thanks, I really appreciate it, guys. I already talked about how her kit just doesn't make sense on the surface, so I'll be going a little more in depth about it and talk about how she's worse than I thought. Let's talk about her scaling first. Also, sorry for not having Dehya gameplay in the background, I just don't want her, to be completely honest. Anyways, it turns out that she doesn't have split scaling. It's dual scaling, similar to Alhaitham and Nahida, but instead of both EM and attack, it's HP and attack. But here's the catch. The scaling is really laughably low. It's so low to the point where I would consider Dehya to actually have split scaling. It's a little better with her burst, but it's not really that much better. It's like 1 to 3 HP scaling is really nothing too special. Pyro application and the damage that her skill provides are pretty low. You could literally see it in the trailer from the 3.5 update that it could not even keep up with Ganu's charge shot. That's close to the ICD time rule of like 2.5 seconds to apply another element. The damage is not even remotely close to other off-field DPS characters, and that's really saying something because she's a pyro character. She has access to all these reactions. You could argue that her skill is not meant for damage and say it's more useful for defensive utility, and while that is true and I do agree, what's the point in her defensive utility when we already have shielders and healers that do a way better job? It was mentioned that she has a limit on how much damage she can tank from her team, but if she can't self-sustain her own HP, there's no point in using her over any other defensive option. Also, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently she can die off-field, and if that's the case, then whatever they said about her having a limit is a massive fucking lie. When she uses her burst, it removes her skill field, so she's even more vulnerable to taking damage during the 4-second duration. I believe that her burst follows the standard ICD rule of 3 hits and 2.5 seconds of applying an element. I'm not too sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, her burst ICD is not good enough to consistently apply pyro, which means she will not be able to consistently vaporize or melt. And even if her burst ICD was good, she won't even be able to use Xingqiu or Yelan to consistently vaporize. She does have off-field melt application and she does have Mona, but that's not good enough. The funny thing is that if you do vaporize, Viridescent debuff, and Bennett burst, it only compares to a C0 Hu Tao normal attack when vaporized and unbuffed. That is laughably low reward for how much effort it takes to make Dehya work. The worst part is that if you use Dehya's jump or get frozen during her burst, say goodbye to your already low damage. For some reason, you can cancel it by jumping. I'm guessing it's because it's programmed to be automatic, but really? You can cancel it by jumping? It just blows me away. It's like they did every possible thing to make her kit feel terrible. The only thing that's alright about Dehya's kit is her damage resist, but at that point, you might as well use a shielder because the knockback resist that her skill provides will need extra help. It's really not enough. If a defensive character can't do their job well by themselves, then you're honestly better off using someone else. Dehya has her uses, but the amount of quality of life issues, ICD, scaling problems that she has, makes her utility seem pointless. She has pyro application, but it's very minimal. And apparently, against tall enemies like Rune Guards, if you so happen to run her in a Burgeon team, her pyro application will miss the Dendrocores. I don't know why. I'm so confused. So you might as well run Toma at that point, which is really saying a lot, because I was really hoping that Dehya would be very good for Burgeon, but I don't know, it's just a big slap in the face. She has a very hard time being good at any of the roles that she's meant for. She can't do good damage, she has a rough time being a tank, she has very slow pyro application. Well, at least she's good in the overworld, right? Dude, I don't want to make fun of anyone that likes her, but that just sounds like copium. If she needs a full rotation to kill any weaker mobs in the overworld, is she really that good? You don't even need her damage resist because you already have the statue and food to heal in the overworld. And in my opinion, if I think a character is good, I'll judge it by their performance in the Abyss. I know a lot of you guys will think that this is like the Kokomi situation, and as much as I do like the optimism, I just don't think that's going to happen. At that time, everyone just thought Coco's utility wasn't as useful, but it turns out that it is really useful despite her not being able to crit. Dehya, on the other hand, what can she do over anyone else? I honestly have no clue. I just don't see any use that she has over anyone else. I've heard rumors that she will get her own artifact set. That's cool and all, but if you multiply anything by 0, it's still gonna be 0. Okay, maybe that one was a little bit mean. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry if this came off as negative, but I just think Dehya's kit is so laughably bad. Anyways, sub and like if you haven't. Let's try to reach 3k subs, or even 10k if you guys want something special to happen. Have a good night and day wherever you're at, and I'll see you all next time. Peace and take care, guys.